Okay, welcome everybody. Voice Notes After Dark, episode number 6. We are chatting with one of our favorite scriptwriters, Storm, one of the people who made us want to do this whole podcast by listening to one of her scripts.
Oh my God.
So she has an honorable place in Voice Notes After Dark lore. She will always be part of the reason why we're doing this. So we're so happy to have you, Storm. And you are a scriptwriter. You've written for tons of amazing VAs, and we would like it if you would tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my God. Well, first off, I'm like, that was so nice. I didn't know any of that. You guys are so sweet.
Just blindside you with love.
Oh my God.
Sorry, we love you.
I got this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yes, hi. I'm Storm. I'm a scriptwriter mainly on Quinn. I've been doing this for about, I want to say 2 years. I first started listening to Quinn in 2024, and then I just, gave it a shot with writing, and so far it's been an incredible experience, and I've met some amazing people, including these two lovely ladies, and I'm so happy to be here.
That's so nice. So, how long have you been actually writing?
How do I even answer this? It's kind of so I started writing kind of when I was in elementary school, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I have a vague memory of I wrote like a little booklet thingy. I don't know. I wrote a couple of them, and I would gather my little classmates around and read to them.
Oh,
and it was very interesting. I even found one of the books in my mom's garage too, and I was like, oh, this is kind of where it all started. But writing, I think that was actually when I was 14, and that's when I was like writing full-on books. I had all my little notebooks I'd bring to school and just like write to my heart's content until it was all done.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And did you write like poetry and things like that?
Yeah, I would dive into some poetry, but mainly I was writing books. Like the first
full stories.
The first book I ever wrote was about 550 pages in a lot of notebooks, which I actually still have.
Wow.
As a little memento, and that book has been rewritten so many times, and over the years I've been writing books that are not published yet, but hopefully someday.
Oh, that's amazing. So you've been writing for a long time, obviously, and so you do have aspirations to write books. What genre are the books that you've written?
There's a couple of different genres. Someday I think I'd like to try to write all the genres, but I know that's like not really feasible. I think there are some I'm just not gonna be able to do. Most of them are romance. I don't know how to actually really describe them. I'm gonna like out myself for a second. A lot of them have to do with vampires. I'm just gonna get that out there.
Oh, girl, please.
I mean,
join us.
It's like millennials here.
Yeah,
like
we grew up
vampires.
at a time with sexy vampires, and we just and a lot of them are from different times. I have some in the past, present, future, so it's a bunch of different books I have, but there are others that are also just different genres too.
I'm very excited. I'm very intrigued. So lots of paranormal romance, sounds like. Some vampires.
Yeah.
I love that. It's good for spooky season. We love it. We're happy with it.
Awesome.
I can't wait. So I'm going to need you to put those out eventually.
I'm trying. I think I got stuck into this type of writing now, and I need to get back into trying to get them published.
Well, there's always indie publishing, and we know a lot about that, don't we, Bea?
Awesome.
And if you need just sticks to poke you to do it, we'll be happy.
You're just a great writer in general. Like, we love the way you write. We love your stories. I think Edge of Control was the second audio that we actually reacted to.
That evil laugh.
And
we know what that audio is like.
Both so blown away by that audio, and it really kind of gave us a whole new perspective on just this space in general.
Oh.
Um, and we were both so excited to let you know how much we loved it. And I think we both messaged you and we're just like, oh my gosh, we love this so much.
Oh yeah, I saw the video, the reactions, and the messages, and was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I was not expecting this at all.
We really liked it.
Thank you.
We believe in telling people when we like things. So
loudly in all caps.
Yes, very loudly. But we really loved the language that you use, the way that you write, and so we were really excited to talk to you. You're the first actual script writer I think that we've actually had on. So we have a lot of questions about that kind of process.
Yes.
But I think one of the things that B and I both kind of want to know is, I know this is probably varies and it's probably different from story to story, but like, do you write things with certain VAs in mind, or do you just kind of write whatever pops in your head and then you kind of see where it goes?
I do get this question, and it's kind of both. I actually, so mainly, I'm just writing when I have an idea with not a VA in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a majority of my writing. So I write that down and I try to go seek out a VA I think would be a good match. And then there's been a couple of times in which I knew I was going to work with this person, so I kind of catered it to their style, or I had them in mind and I just hope and prayed that they were also maybe going to like it and do it. So yeah, it's like, it's kind of both, but mainly just,
that makes sense.
write whatever. Yeah, to be honest, I feel like most scripts fit with most people, unless it's like some VAs are comfortable with only certain things, and then some VAs are like only do this and this. Like, let's see, for example, if someone was able to work with like Tom York, everybody knows he's big into like soft romance and stuff like that, not anything with, not enemies to lovers or like fighting and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Or Lost Tapes, he's really big on slice of life or absolute plurality. Or you have Dolph, who is open to whether it's male female or even male male. So yeah, I think a majority of scripts fit a majority of VAs. There are just some things that you like they won't take on. So
right. That makes sense. And everybody knows their strengths. They know what they naturally gravitate towards. So I think that's fair. So when we had Atlas on, we of course told him about how much we loved Edge of Control, and we talked a little bit about how that story evolved and how much we loved where it went. And he was kind of talking about how a lot of the aftercare and things like that were kind of improv'd a little bit. And we just loved that the intensity that you took it to kind of lended itself to him being able to kind of add that. Do you like it when that kind of happens, when you kind of collaborate with a VA on how things turn out, or do you like to be a little bit more in control over the tone of everything?
Well, I've never been in a situation in which I didn't like what had happened. I always trust the VA. They've always done a good job. I had I don't even really have a direction really when it comes to how they perform. If it's a very, very specific project or series that I'm doing, maybe I will give input on, this is what the story goes, this is how I would kind of like it to be directed. But other than that, no, I've never had to just tell them I want you to be this ferocious, I want this many growls. I just so really, Atlas just did an amazing job all on his own. And it's amazing when a VA can take someone's work and just go at it however it comes to them naturally, and sometimes it just works out very, very well.
But I mean, it does need to be good on the script writers.
Exactly.
Like with the kind of language that you use. As an example, Ewan McGregor is a very good actor.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so good in the first Star Wars because the script was a bit shit. So
yeah. It's a collaboration. It's a collaboration for sure. Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I don't mean this to sound a certain way, but like I wrote that, I believe, in earlier mid 2025, so it'd been there for a while on my list of scripts that are completed, and I didn't know it was really going to be this as popular as it was. And you know, I try to give VAs like really good scripts, but sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I think it's just going to be like one of those normal audios, and like it's going to be good, but you know, but then it like blew up. I was like, holy crap, I honestly didn't think it was going to go that way.
Like the jokes, the little tiny jokes.
Yeah.
It just
it's because like as time goes on and I'm working on other stuff, I can't actually remember all the scripts I wrote because I have so many. So I'm like, how did this happen again? I kind of just trust the process of the VA is gonna do a good job. Yeah, towards the end there, I was like, holy shit, Atlas, well done.
I think that was a sentiment across the board. Really?
Yeah, we wanted to punch him.
He's great. What a menace.
What a menace.
Well, since it had been so long since I wrote it, it surprised me even, because I was like, wait, I did write that. And he just took it and nearly killed his listeners while doing so.
I mean, I call him Demon Boy for a reason.
Demon Boy. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We firmly believe he has to deal with the devil, but we don't have proof.
Yeah, right. It's like, I can't prove it, but I can't. Women's intuition, right?
He hasn't denied
But you've never seen him in the same room together. Is all I'm saying.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that's really just gist of it. I don't really know how other scriptwriters are, but I've never really had too much of a direction on how things are supposed to go.
I mean, I feel like your stories are so fleshed out, like from beginning to end, whenever you do write these scripts, that I feel like you said, anything that's being added or anything like that is only going to, you know, enhance. It's not going to change anything because your stories are so well rounded and well made to begin with. You can't really change the tone. You can add to it and make it, you know, better, but I don't think you can change it in any way. So yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Well researched too.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Oh yeah.
Your girl does some research. So another thing that we were wanting to ask you, and I know this is probably going to vary from writer to writer, but how much of what occurs in the soundscape, whether it be a sound effect or background music or whatever, how much of that do you include in the script, if any?
Oh, if like you saw my scripts, sometimes I fear that I might write too much. I try to help.
Want to read one of your scripts.
I'll send you one of them. Maybe I'll send you the Edge of Control one. But
no. Really? Oh, yay!
We'll see. If Atlas is okay with that. I mean, I don't think he'll care. Maybe I'll send you that one. Yeah. So I try to help the VA to be as immersed as possible, and so in between dialogue, I like to describe specifically what the sound effects is. I don't like the whole simplicity of like SFX fucking, you know, SFX cunnilingus. No. I actually like describe in general what's happening, like how fast he's going, how slow he's going, the type of oral that's happening, because you know, even though I trust the VA and like what they're gonna do. I think it also helps with, because we're at this point of the smut, things are gonna happen gradually.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it'd help them know where
yeah, so
what position they are. Where
It's a
they are.
tone thing too.
oh yeah, I get it. I go into detail with that too, mainly because so like if there's dialogue, sound effects, and then there's like a little snippet of description of what's kind of happening, because as a VA, I don't know like what helps them, or like this is too much. I don't really like need this in the script. So, but I'm like, I think this will be helpful for them to know that they're in this position,
Mm-hmm.
and because I know there's a couple audios out there where something's happening and people are like, what's happening? Like, what does this look like? What's
Yeah.
this position that's happening? But yeah, so and I don't know if it's boring for them to just read. Not that like it is boring, but I want to like spice things up a bit, because I just don't want like a one word description of the sound effect. I want to like actually get into it, you know.
And then to me, I mean, the more information you provide them, it's kind of one of those things where every VA that I've ever talked to, even in the audiobook space, they want as much information as possible. And then they choose what to do with that. If they want to use it or not, that's up to them. But they would much rather know your intent from the beginning rather than have you come back and go, well, that wasn't really what I was going for. And especially with these kind of shorter scripts where you only have so much time to really kind of convey what you're trying to get out there. Yeah, you want to be as specific as possible. So I mean, I think that makes total sense.
And it'd help them
Yeah.
with like takes and stuff. Because if they're in the middle of doing something where their mouth is all muffled, and then they read on, and it's like, oh, my mouth should not have been muffled.
Yeah.
And they'd have to go back and do it again. It's just better.
Yeah, and they're already doing so much in their performance that I want to help them try to not have to think about what's they're doing specifically. Like here, I just pulled something up, and a very specific line I wrote for the special effects was a soft gasp from him, bodies pressing together as he slides his full length inside her, sheets rustling.
Oh my god.
So, like that's how specific I want to be.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
I like the soft gaft.
Yeah.
Gasp.
I can't
my
tell
brain's
you.
broken. You broke my brain.
I can't tell you what this is from until it's actually released, but it's that's just an example I want to give you.
But for like you to level stuff.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we were talking with Raven and Phantom about, was that you guys, the VAs and the scriptwriters, you do with sounds what a lot of authors do with words. Like you don't have time to get out an entire paragraph of imagery. You have to do that really quickly. And for you to know how to like conjure up that imagery so well with just those words is it's no wonder that we love everything that you've done.
Thank you. It stems from the fact that I was writing books before this, so
yeah,
having to learn specifically how to do like script writing, and I had to like pull myself back a lot because I would write a lot in the description because I was used to doing that in books. So then over time for script writing, I figured out how to like tone it down a bit. I'm just like, okay, let me just get what actually needs to be said, what's actually important. And yeah, so far it's going pretty well, I think.
Pretty well. We're a fan.
I think your descriptiveness worked so well. Kim, help me.
I mean,
she's basically, I think this was the first one that we listened to where we were really aware of like position and how we could tell where Atlas was depending on, the language, the way he, sat in the mic, all those kind of things. And it was so impressive to us as like sound geeks, book geeks, like word geeks, like all around. We were just very impressed with how much information you were able to get across. Just the conglomerate of all of these things together painted such a vivid picture for the listener.
Thank you.
Am I getting it right?
Yes, like,
Yeah,
she knows she's got my brain cell today. Didn't ask,
mean,
but you
We
know.
do share them. Sometimes I just take them. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're just gonna gush about you for, an hour if that's cool.
oh, yeah,
Um
I'll take it.
so have you ever felt like when you've done an audio or when you've done a story or a series, have you ever felt like it wasn't done and you wanted to do more? Like have you thought about turning any of them into a book or anything?
She
Um,
says hopefully.
yes.
Kim's face.
Okay. I'm trying to think about all the things that I wrote. Okay, so specifically what could be a book is my pirate series, Tides of Desire.
Yes, please. We love
Yeah,
a pirate book.
like I love pirates. The whole like 8-part series was this big story in general, and I had thoughts of like, you know what, maybe this could be like an actual smut book too, because there was just like so much that was into it, all the research and storytelling that me and the VA did. I feel like there was another one, but I can't really think about it right now. I think for right now, I think Tides of Desire could potentially be a good book to do someday.
And is that on Quinn?
Yeah, this
Cool.
was
We'll have
a
to look.
project all throughout 2025. We first started in January, and then the last audio was in October.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
So,
That's a long
because
time.
yeah, me and Adrian, we loved pirates, and so I kind of just approached him with this idea that I have, and it was going to be a one audio thing, but then I came up with this entire story that took up 8 audios,
Oh
and
my god.
each audio is a different kind of theme story, except, well, I mean, they're all connected, like they're all about the end journey, but like there's a different theme of smut that happens for each audio, and so yeah.
We love that.
Thank you.
Okay, so speaking of Adrian,
Mm-hmm.
so we asked you to give us an idea of an audio that you thought you would like, it would be good for us to react to. And we talked about what we wanted to do. We threw a couple of ideas around. But I think we landed on Before I Found You, which was an audio that you did with Adrian. It was a safe for work. You absolutely destroyed us, and you told us you were going to do that, so we were prepared.
We didn't quite realise though.
Surprise.
I haven't cried that much in 8 months. I counted.
Oh.
I sobbed.
Well, yeah, that was
How dare
the intended
you?
purpose. I wasn't sure if we were going to
mean-
listen to that together or if you guys already did.
Well, so we've kind of pivoted away from our blind reacts just because it limits how much we can, talk about in a show. So we're kind of trying to
okay.
of include more audios so that we can recommend more to people. So we
Awesome.
did listen to it separately, but we kind of message each other back and forth whenever we're listening just to kind of get each other's impressions. And yeah, B was pretty upset.
Oh,
It was rough.
sweet baby. I'm so sorry.
She's, it hit hard,
It
I
was-
think, for B especially.
Mm-hmm.
With me being, in a long-term relationship, it didn't hit me as hard, I think, as it did her, just because it wasn't, I don't think it was meant for me, obviously. But it was still so still so beautiful. The language was so beautiful. How you kept that tone and perspective the whole time without it
feeling repetitive.
ever becoming repetitive. Yes. It was so good.
Oh, thank you.
What made you what made you come up with that idea? Was it personal to you? Was it something that you were just wanting to get off your chest kind of thing?
Yes, 100%. Um,
Don't make me
so
cry.
you know, I'm sorry. But I'm also not sorry because it was supposed to be for people in our situation, and
Yep.
so basically, the reason why I wanted to bring up this audio specifically was because maybe if you want to take a break from smut and do something safe for work, and also something that's a little bit more original and hasn't been done quite yet. So
Yes.
Before I Find You basically came at a time when I wasn't in a great place emotionally, particularly when it came to love. And I think a lot of us wonder about the person we're eventually going to end up with, you know, who they are, when we're going to meet them. And unfortunately, when you've been waiting for such a long time, that uncertainty can become a lot harder as the days go by. And, you know, there's a lot of times where I started thinking about this very strange experience of like missing someone I've never met. And it's like I don't know their name or their face, but like somehow I already think about them and I care about them. And it's like, do you ever have those days where it's like you wonder what they're doing right now? Are they happy? Are they safe? Are they looking at the moon the same time I am? And you know, it's that's really where the idea came of. And I kind of imagine, like, what if our physical selves have absolutely no idea who that other person is, yet somehow our souls do? Because it's really hard to describe, because it's like the listener is supposed to be like by themselves in their state of grief, while the VA kind of portrays themselves as the soul version of the person that they're meant to be with. It's like souls talking to each other basically without the knowledge of our physical self being aware of it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's basically this
It's
love
so
letter to
beautiful. I mean, it's
soulmates.
such a beautiful concept.
Thank you.
I mean, books.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all read books. We've read books with fated mates. We've read books with soulmates. We've talked about soulmates our whole lives, and the concept of that kind of thing. But this is just such a different perspective on that. It's not, oh, we met and I knew that we were soulmates. It's we haven't even met yet and I know that we're soulmates. And that's such an original, like, perspective on that whole trope and that whole thing. It was so
Yes,
different and just something I'd never heard anything like that before. It was so good.
Well, yeah.
like a specific
And
line that just got me was, "Yes, hi Momo. Please don't give up. Thank you. Please, because if you're not here when I arrive, I won't be home."
yeah. Yeah, it's a little heavy, and I think that's why there's, I don't know if I want to say trigger warning, but there's,
Yeah, it's
prepare
pretty.
when you listen to this, because it's at a time where someone is really feeling their lowest and it's dark, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so not only was it something I think I needed to hear myself at the time, but also something I wanted to give to everybody else who might also be waiting and have been waiting a long time. And, you know, it's not really something that's promising when love is going to happen. It's about finding a little bit of hope in the possibility that somewhere out there, there's another person living their life and they're trying to make their way towards you eventually. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm coming as fast as I can towards
Yeah.
you, and you know, just keep holding on. And that's what
Yeah.
I try to tell myself a lot. And because I've been single my whole life, and so it's like the years go on, it gets harder and harder, and I just have to tell myself that, like, your journey's different. They're coming, they're taking their sweet ass time, but they're coming, and it'll be okay. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful concept, and it really is. It's hopeful, even though the tone is sad and thought provoking. It's still hopeful in its message. It's still hopeful in the where it ends up. So I love that, because we all definitely need a little bit of that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I it was so unique, something that I have never heard anything like that before. Like I said, even in books, I mean, like I've read a ton of romantasy, I've read a ton of dark romance, I've read a ton of paranormal romance, and fated mates and soulmates. That's a thing. Like it's done all the time. But this is such a different perspective on that, um, that I don't think I've ever read anything like that or listened to anything like that. It was just really, really profound, really well done, and really different. And those three things make me say everyone should listen to this. If you're not going to be triggered by it, you absolutely should listen to this. It's
I
beautiful.
mean,
And Adrian does an
I,
amazing job too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is, yeah, it is heavy, but also at the same time, it does have him saying, you deserve this. Like, I know you're grieving for the life you thought you'd have at this point, but that doesn't make you any less. And just believe in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because I believe. And I was just like, oh, fuck off.
It, you know, it may be heavy, but that's not a bad thing because so many of us love to cry. So many of us want to feel something that is heavy because it makes us think, it makes us wonder. And I thought it would be helpful in a sense of like, if you're ever feeling down about this particular thing in your life,
Yeah.
try to do what I do sometimes. And I don't know if it sounds creepy, but I'm just like, just imagine who they are, like what they're like. What would they say to you right now if you were like not feeling the greatest?
Yeah.
Or, you know, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
And to be fair, you could re-listen to that. I mean, like if you were having a bad day
You
and you're
could.
just or
yeah.
you're feeling particularly bleak about it, that's something that you could re-listen to at any point, and I think it would still hit every time.
Oh, yeah. And I can't remember who said all this stuff, but there's the whole red string theory. There's this
Oh, the
saying
pinky.
that there's a saying that like we were all made from the same stars, and maybe those stars were close together, that we became lovers, and over time, or like our souls already know each other before we find each other. It's almost like there's like this different part of us that we're not uh cognizant of. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's our soul version of us and there's like our human version of us. So I tried to imagine like if there's someone meant for me out there, maybe like our souls already know each other, but unfortunately we have to have like this human experience. We do have to wait for them, and it's like
Yeah.
maybe in the back of our minds they're trying to tell us that like I'm coming, I'm sorry, it's taking
Yeah.
forever, and it's gonna happen someday. Don't lose hope. Don't harm yourself because you're so sad, and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And
Yeah. It's
yeah,
important.
that's one of my favorite things I ever wrote because of the message it
And for good
sends
reason.
and how it affects you.
And
And
I think
you know
that yearning for love by women is something that is kind of not looked down upon, but almost kind of discouraged at this point in time, with just there being this kind of, rightfully
I don't
so,
need no man.
but just kind of rebellion against men in general, patriarchy, whatever, however you want to describe it. That I think almost that kind of yearning for love and for a partner is almost kind of looked down on or frowned upon, because it's like, well, you're not supposed to need that. um So I like that this is kind of allowing a woman to kind of, still yearn for a partner. So
Yeah, I mean, you bring up an interesting point because, well, the reason why we're all here together for Audio Erotica is, yes, we love the sex part, but I think all in our hearts we're also wanting that yearning. Like
mhm.
we're in a crazy time in our lives. Like the world is crazy, love is hard to find, and I think everybody deserves to be yearned for or for you to yearn back. And
Yeah.
you know, people say that like you shouldn't expect too much, or you're too picky, or it's you should just settle, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I you know, and I know what I want, I know what's good for me. I deserve this, everybody deserves this. And they're like, well, if you have such high expectations, you're just gonna end up alone. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, if that happens,
Yeah,
it
but
sucks, but like I can't have it any other way. Like I know this is what I need, and it's like
yeah.
yearning adds whimsy to life, you know? It's
Yeah.
Yes.
exciting, it's heartbreaking, it makes life beautiful when two people can feel that way towards each other.
Yep. I
Oh,
agree.
you just came out with that. Fucking hell.
I
Yeah.
just, you know, it's,
I mean,
we're getting a
it's
little
true
sappy
though. I
here.
mean, it's just connection. Everyone needs connection. Everyone needs that, whether it be friendship, whether it be a partner, whether it be, with a family member. Like, connection is connection regardless. And, it's okay to want that. I think sometimes we lose sight of that it's okay
Mhm.
to want to not be alone, you know? So,
Well, yeah, of course. And I think a big thing about audio erotica is it has taught a lot of us what we deserve and what we
yeah.
like. So not only are we learning things about ourselves in terms of, oh, this is like a new kink unlocked, I wouldn't mind exploring this. But when we get to like the more emotional, loving side of things, it's like, oh, you know what? I think I deserve this.
Yeah.
This has really opened my eyes into the kind of relationship I want and the one that I
Hmm.
deserve. And
Yeah.
so many of us deserve these wonderful parts that we find in audio
Yeah.
erotica. And,
Yeah. 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 And I think it's definitely worth it. I don't know. That's one of the things that I think B and I have really kind of latched onto in doing this is that, and one of the reasons why we want to bring more attention to this space is because I think a lot of people would benefit that think they don't understand, the nuance of the genre in general, and that how much you can gain just personal growth, emotional growth, all of those things from being in this space. So I think that's just something that we really want to get out there.
yeah. Well, it's funny. I was actually at this family reunion the other day, and someone kind of, I don't want to say exposed, someone told somebody what I was doing in this
Mm-hmm.
community. I was like, oh God, now you know. Because I don't really tell like a lot of people what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how it's fascinating that there is a rise of people reading smut books or listening to this type of thing. And I was like, oh, if only you knew. It's such a great topic to talk about, but it was going to take too long and we didn't really get into it.
Yeah.
But I was trying to tell them that, yeah, audio erotica is on the rise because of XYZ. Like a lot of men out there love visual porn because I think of more
Yeah.
submissiveness. And then women love
Right.
smut books and audio erotica because they want a partnership and a
Yeah.
good relationship and the yearning. I mean, hell, we're so excited about the Wicker Man movie coming out because
Right.
that man's
Olivia
he's a
Colman,
good
just-
man, you know.
It's a
And
symptom of a disease. Like we just want the
Like,
bars
I don't
in
know whether
hell.
it's just I don't know whether it's just me, but when I saw that, all I was thinking was, my autism is really showing here because all I want to do is go,
yeah,
just like,
Well, look, touch.
And just touch him.
just sit there like, you can just stay
Just
there, it's
pet
fine.
him.
Yeah, well, when I saw the trailer, I was like, what the hell is this? And I think a lot of people feel that way, but what they don't understand is like, it's not just about him being non-human, because I know that's a big theme for a lot of people. It's what's behind the message about this whole thing. It's because like a lot of people,
She didn't
especially
want
men,
any of the
because
shit that the village offered.
yeah.
well, but here's the thing. You make it into something that is fantastic or something that is not actually real, and then you don't have to necessarily alienate men by, painting this picture. Whereas if you just made it a normal dude and you made him into this like every girl's dream, then every man is like, well, I wouldn't, well, that guy is da 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 da, or he's just a beta or whatever. But if it's like a dude made out of wicker, like, what are you going to say?
It's whimsical.
It's not real.
we definitely asked for more original stories out there in movies.
Yeah.
But
And the fact that the romantic lead, being Olivia Colman.
Oh, she's so great.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's my favorite person ever anyway. But for her
Mhm.
to be at her age,
Mm-hmm.
the romantic lead in something, it's incredible.
Oh, I love
It's
it.
so special. Yeah.
It's beautiful, it's original, and the overall message is that everybody is deserving of a love that's where there's yearning, there's respect, there's, you know, I can already tell like what the dark theme is going to be within that movie, like the problem that's going to happen. But
Yeah.
Well, there was already a book and a stage play about it.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It's a short.
Neither.
It's a short book,
okay.
and the stage play. Let's just say the design of the Wicker Man is a bit different.
Oh, I saw the UK trailer, even though it's like far away. I saw the details.
Yeah. I didn't mean that, but yes, also yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant something else.
I meant like the actual Wicker Man, the whole thing.
Never mind. We're gonna cut that out.
That's hilarious.
Just kidding.
Okay, so speaking of unlocking new things about yourself whenever you listen to these audios, you put out something this week that might have done that for a few people. One of our favorite people, Flynn, who is a good friend of the show, comes out with your Kinks and Keys episode this week. And this was such an interesting audio.
The neuroscience, I was so nerding out.
Yes, like the nerd in me was nerding so hardcore. Like the teaching, and it was so amazing. I absolutely love this so much. So my question is, I know you did a lot of research for this. Is this something that you want it to be, like this kind of teaching mechanism, or was this a series that you just kind of jumped into? Like, how did you get going with this specific audio?
So I don't know if eventually Flynn and I are gonna discuss this whole project, but I knew I wanted to do another series with somebody, and I'd been working with Flynn for a little bit already, and so I approached him. I was like, I want to work on a series. I have an idea. Except Kinks and Keys wasn't the initial idea that I had. Because he loves history, I love history. I wanted to do something that was historical. And, you know, I spent a whole week trying to come up with these different types of ideas that could be related to history, even maybe a treasure hunt. I'm a big fan of like the Da Vinci Code. But
Oh my god.
the more and more we talked about it, it became a lot. We were going to do something where we were going to do different kinds of sex and romance over different eras and time, but that wasn't going to work out either. So I had to keep thinking, and I was like, you know what? I actually have something. So on my Instagram, I was making these posts called Kinks and Keys, which is kind of unlocking these different like psychological inputs of maybe like why do we like certain kinks that we do. And I am by no means a psychologist or sexologist, and I'd try to do enough research as I could to just kind of be like, you know what, maybe this is why we like breeding so much without wanting to actually be pregnant, or why we
Actually
like
breed.
yeah, or why we like this and that. So then I was like, you know what, Flynn, this is what I have, what do you think? And he was all for it. And I think we're gonna have only 8 audios total. So then we were going over the different kind of kinks that we wanted to dive into, and none of them throughout the 8 part is anything too drastic. I mean, they're kinks that we all know. They're I don't know if I want to say normal kinks, but I mean, yeah, they're normal kinks to have.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, part 4 was all about BDSM, and we were brainstorming together about how do we approach this? What's the story with the characters? How does this end? And teaching is a big part of the series because his character is he teaches like both psychology and the history of sex, and the listener is a smut author. They just made this deal.
I love that.
And
that was so good.
Thank you. And you know, what better way to try to help your book is maybe live that experience. And
heck yeah,
it's like he could have just told her, but they thought, you're hot, I'm hot, we knew each other in college, let's actually do this. And because sometimes experience can't help with writing, I guess. And
for sure.
I think a big struggle that I actually have with this series, though, is I fear that the teaching moment can be too long.
No.
Not
Well,
for me.
As far as like going over the history of like, this is where BDSM came from, this is what's happening to your body. Like before we even get to the fucking, I feel like I don't know if I'm having him talk too much about why people
learning
like
about
this.
Kimbaku though, I was like, awesome, that's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, because I still wanted to input history somehow, and I think a lot of people just want to dive into things without really thinking about why do we like this so much and what is happening specifically. Because like, say that you get tied up, I don't know if you're legit thinking about the logistics of why this rope feels so good when it's tight like that. Like, what is happening to your body that makes it feel so good in general?
But I mean, that was the whole point of it though, wasn't it? Like, it was the not actually touching, the anticipation and the build up. And it just seems that it seems natural that that character would have used that time to explain everything that was happening.
In a lot of scripts and audios, there is that teasing that's going on. It's like, oh, you're gonna wait, I'm gonna like build up that anticipation. And in this sense, it's blended in both him wanting to tease her but also wanting to teach her a lesson. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
need you to pay attention to like what you're feeling in this exact moment. Enjoy the eagerness and the anticipation before I get you past that threshold, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention,
Yeah.
he was describing with the knots and stuff, not just what it does, but how it feels to the person, which a smart writer would want to know.
Very true.
Yeah, I had to really think about what was going to happen in the BDSM one because, and I had to talk to Flynn about it too. I was like, well, what should happen? Because I didn't want to make it too long, even though it's like 40 minutes. And, you know, when it comes to BDSM, there's a timeline of like experience. There's beginner, there's expert, and he is not a dom at all. Like, he's not a professional dom. He's just a regular person who happens to have rope in his box. Because he's very sex positive.
Box.
Yes, exactly. Sex positive. If he has partners, he wants to give them a great experience. And so this was more of like beginner level BDSM stuff that he's teaching her. Nothing goes extreme and that sort of stuff. But yeah.
I loved it. I mean, I feel like if you want to just listen to get straight to it BDSM, there's plenty of that out there. Like, there's, search for the tag, you got it. You can find it anywhere. So I feel like I love the fact that this is a little bit different. You get a little bit of little bit of teaching, but still, it's still so fun to listen to, and I loved it. I thought it was a great concept. So I had no
Well, thank
issue with,
you.
and I'm gonna tell you that was the fastest 40 minutes of my life. I told B, I was like, listen, I told her I was gonna listen to it, and she was like, okay, let me know what you think. And literally, when I messaged her, and I was like, how was that 40 minutes? Like, that was not 40 minutes. There's no way.
Well, but that's good.
It went by fast.
Oh. Yeah, I am. Yeah, hopefully the next 4 coming up, people will also enjoy. I can't obviously say what's gonna happen, but you know, it's fun.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Well, we love pretty much everything that Flynn does. Don't tell him, but we're pretty much
He's
like it.
Yeah, don't tell him like we like him or anything. No.
We kind of like that guy.
I think he'd appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we don't want him to get a big head. So I'm gonna let B get into some technical things here in just a minute, but I did want to ask you, just curious, if you do have are there any topics or anything that you yourself don't want to write about, or any triggers that you prefer to not dive into?
I think the things I don't want to write about are the very obvious things that a lot of people don't want to write about. I don't believe in kink shaming. There's just certain things are not my spiel. So it's like, no scat stuff, no actual rape stuff, or I'm fine doing consensual non-consensual non-consensual stuff. That's easier to write. I don't want to do anything with incest or the very, very darker themes. I'm also having a really hard time when it comes to enemies to lovers. I've not written that. I don't know how I'm going to write it because I just don't get it, kind of. Not to, that's other people's cup of tea, but I just felt like if you never liked this person, you always gave them shit or made them feel bad, how do you suddenly feel something for one another? Because, like, if someone didn't like me for the longest time, I didn't like them, it's like all of a sudden, like, it can happen like over time, gradually, like slow burn, but within a script I don't know how to make that work. And
I get that,
because Also,
Like, it has to be an underlying thing. Like, they think they're enemies. Like, she thinks he doesn't like her. He's just emotionally stunted. Like,
yeah.
he's
Well,
actually like, I really like you. I don't know how to say it. I'll just call you a shit.
the only way I can probably make it work is my favorite season of Bridgerton was actually Anthony and Kate, which is enemies to lovers. And yeah, with the script in general, though, when you have such a limited time, I don't know how I can make it work. So that's probably a big one I struggle with, but hopefully eventually sometime I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's a time thing. Like if you in the concept of a very short script, it's hard to. I feel like enemies to lovers in a 20 to 40-minute script is like, well, you weren't really enemies, really. You weren't really enemies.
Well, the only way I can make it work is if like there was no actual moments of enemies to being enemies. It's more like something just happened. They're talking alone. And the guy's frustrated with her, like the bane of my existence. But you know what? Like, you drive me so fucking crazy because, like,
Right.
even though you act this way, even though you're annoying, it's because you have this fire inside you that is also just so amazing. I don't know why it drives me crazy. I don't know why I love it so much. Like, fuck you. What's wrong with you? Like, like
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
Very much.
I get that. Yeah.
Okay, so we know that you talked about how you like to be quite specific in your directions. But with sound effects, do you write those quite specifically, like when you want them to come in? For example, in Flynn's audio, it was quite quiet. He was just talking, and suddenly you heard the rope like do that thing, and it was like, whoa, okay. Like, do you write that stuff in?
Yeah. I mean, there's gonna be a couple times I can't think of how to describe a sound effect, so I'll just put in like a moment of there's a pause or there's a beat, and but a majority of the time I try my hardest to describe the sound effect that's about to come up or is currently happening. I think that bit specifically was supposed to be a surprise.
It was very good.
It was good.
What was the most challenging part of writing an audio script when you first started?
Let's see. You know, I can't even remember which one was my actual first script. It was either my first and always with Barry, or it was the Christmas one with Adrian and the naughty game, something like that. The hardest part, I think the hardest part for me specifically was being comfortable with what I was writing. So even though I was writing books, I wasn't writing sex scenes that were I had to tell somebody what to say. I had to really get to the nitty-gritty of, well, smut, you know.
Yeah.
It didn't really like make me uncomfortable. It was just different for me. Oh god, do I want to bring this up right now? So I'll be honest about something. So I have actually not had sex yet. I am one of the very few, I think, that, you know, writes such crazy stuff but have not actually experienced it myself.
Wow.
So
that's even more amazing.
Yeah, right? I was like,
hold on. Yeah, some people didn't believe me at first. I'm like, on God, you know, or whatever.
Why would you lie?
Well, I could probably tell you why, but maybe not on here. But no. So like, so when I was first writing it, I had to be comfortable with something I have not experienced myself, even if it was like the most natural thing that happens with sex, you know. It's
I mean,
because not having done dirty talk with somebody, I had to have someone else do dirty talk. So I was hoping that it was going to come across realistic and also good, because I'd been listening to Quinn for that year. So by the time the end of November comes and writing those scripts, I had to do something I'd never done before. So
I'm just gobsmacked.
well, surprise, you know. And I'm not ashamed by it. I'm not embarrassed by it. I just
You shouldn't be. No.
It just hasn't it hasn't come up. Like, no one's
a bit
asking
like a
me
brag,
about,
to be honest. with the way you write.
I mean,
like,
yeah. Well, because like, if I'm being honest about like what was challenging for me when I first started writing, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because,
well, I can imagine. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I still have some days where I'm just like, oh my god, this is crazy. I'm having this person say this, and I'm a lot more comfortable now. It's natural to me to write this type of stuff now. But yeah, that was definitely an interesting threshold that I had to come across, and you know, so there it is.
Incredible.
That's interesting. Well, it's interesting to me because I, like, I know that I would never be able to do this in general, what you guys do, but like, I would never be able to do that and feel constantly worried about whether or not I was doing it right.
Yeah.
That would drive me absolutely insane.
I mean, I didn't feel like that for too long, because, you know, people might have questions about, well, how do you do it then? I'm like, I do it how any writer does anything.
Yeah.
Because there are writers who always write about things that are not real.
Yeah. Or, no one's ridden a dragon before.
Like, there you go.
And write about it all the time.
It's like, at my age, I'm more than aware of like how the bodies work with that sort of stuff. Or I mean, I don't read smut books, but like, having listened to the audios, getting an understanding. Or I'm really open about, I make jokes all the time about masturbation or like watching visual stuff, you know. It's not that hard to understand how it all works. I don't think I need to experience it in general.
Yeah. But it's the intimacy that you're able to, like, I
mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, I'm a very visual person. I have like a really strong imagination, so when I'm thinking about certain things, I feel like I could almost wait, hold on. How do I word this without sounding weird? No, I don't put myself in scripts. I have to try to imagine, is this realistic, or like, how would the listener feel if they listen to this type of thing?
Well, I mean, that's not, like, authors often say how they have arguments with their characters. Like, they have to figure out how, and the only way to do that is to, like, try and imagine yourself experiencing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the way the human brain works.
Yeah, and as someone who's like such a romantic, that's, you know, just because of what I believe in and how much I love, that's what helps me with like the very intimate scenes and stuff like that. Because I don't know, it just comes out naturally.
But like Kim was saying, the reason the Edge of Control was so good was because it was the kind of thing that couples do all the time. Like, no matter how intense it gets, you make a joke about leg hair and say weird things like bobblehead. You know, it's it's just that you're amazing. I just
But thank you. I love you. You guys are great.
Yeah. No, it's a testament. It's a testament to your writing. I mean, yeah, like you said, people write about things they've never experienced all the time. And that's not necessarily, unique to an author or whatever, but you absolutely do have a grasp on how to, convey emotion and make it seem like it's something that's very comfortable for you. So that is a very that's you're very talented. Um
Thank you.
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the most difficult thing about writing smut is the originality of dirty talk.
Right? You can only say so much.
How many times can I say, "Does that feel good?" Or like,
Yeah.
there, I managed to get like a couple of things that like even shocked me, and I was trying to find an example of it somewhere. Let's see. Give me a second. Oh, that's not dirty enough. Oh, okay, here we go. So I said some during like oral or something. I said, or the VA says, such a small thing to hold so much power.
Oh.
Fuck off.
And I think they're fingering them and they can feel the excitement of that body part. And it's not only a declaration of like, this thing is so tiny, but like I can feel how freaking flustered and fluttered you are. But also,
Yeah.
it's like this little perfect button that we have that holds a lot of power, like for so many different reasons.
And it's awe. I mean, it's like the awe of that. So, yeah. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But yeah, originality can sometimes be a challenge for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, but it's also it's what we always say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you have a way of making, certain phrases that maybe we've heard a million times, but just the way that it's said to the listener, it's it always feels different, feels new. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
like just the way that okay, so like for example, in Kinks and Keys, when Flynn, I can't remember, he said take it like 3 or 4 times. Like that's a very common like phrase in AE. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
constant. But the way that it was done in that audio and the way and the cadence with which it happened was just it was different. It was just a different experience. I don't even know how to explain it, but
No,
yeah.
you're absolutely right. Because that's what I was trying to tell myself too. When I get worried about how many times am I going to say this in a script, I have to remember it's the voice that is what's
Mhm.
powerful. Because if you thoroughly enjoyed this voice that you're listening to, you don't care how many times they
Nope.
call you a good girl or is like, does that feel good, baby? That sort of thing. It's like, or, take it, take it, take it, that sort of thing. It's like maybe you hear it a couple times already, but how they say it
Mhm.
really matters. And if you're in the mood already, it's like, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that yeah, obviously it does definitely have a lot to do with the VA whether or not you enjoy their voice or things like that. But yeah, it was just like this whole kind of perfect storm of emotion and well acted and then well written. It was just good.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. Wow. Okay, well, B
Is there anything else?
have you ever had any difficulty working with someone that's new to you or someone that you've never worked with before?
Any difficulty? I think the only struggle is communication. As
Mhm.
far as VAs are always busy and we have like our own lives and stuff like that. Sometimes they're not going to be able to get back to you in time on something.
Yeah.
That's okay. you kind of have to be patient with hearing back from them. Other than that, no, I have like not had any problems really. Yeah, yeah.
Have you had any issues with anyone being, inappropriate or with you or anything like that because of what you do? Or...
Well, there are things that have happened in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the VAs have always had a professional relationship. We really just talk about the script and that's it. We know it's a job and, it's fun to talk about, but we also are like very respectful about each other's boundaries when it comes to how we communicate with each other or like what we want within the script and that sort of thing. I mean, yeah, there are some weirdos out there in the community who claim that they're a VA, but actual VAs, I've never once had a problem because like the very professional ones will not have a parasocial thing with you,
right?
Because they know this is a job. We are artists, and we're just focusing on art and collaboration.
Yeah.
So, and
yeah, see,
unfortunately, in this, sorry,
like I never thought of it like that. When, at least when I think of parasocial, I think of fans, getting a bit too fresh in messaging and stuff like that. I didn't think about it in terms of the potential between actual, like, the professional
co-workers
or
co-collaborators.
Well,
that must be quite scary if that happens.
Unfortunately, I've had to face certain unkind things in this community from fans and or other people in general. With VAs, no, just I've never had a problem with them. I try to approach them in a very professional, calm, respectful manner. If we banter a little bit through messages because of the script, that's another thing, but I never want to ask them like anything personal or because like you can be goofy without getting personal because like the process of trying to complete this audio is a fun one, but yeah, no, I've never like really had to face anything like that, so it's always been good.
That's good. Well, I'm sorry that you've had people be unkind to you. That's not cool. We don't want that.
Yeah, it comes with the territory, I guess, which I don't like to say because you should be able to be in this community and do the work without that happening. But unfortunately, like no matter what you do in life, it's like
I mean, there's poop heads in every space.
Exactly, and just have to find a way to deal with it.
I think we can move on to the funnies if you're ready for funnies, Storm.
Yeah, I'm up.
Okay, so we do a little thing called these bizarre brain thoughts, and these are just a couple of questions that my best friend comes up with in her brain, and we love her because she comes up with some fun stuff. So, what never fails to make you giggle, Storm?
Oh God.
Why does everybody react to that question with, "Oh God"?
I think it's because
I think it's just a broad question, so I think everybody's like, "Oh no, I have to think of something like."
My humor can be very broken at times. Something that never fails to make me laugh. I don't even know if I can describe what makes me laugh. I'm all about dark humor.
Same. We get that.
A guilty pleasure of mine is watching those scary movies because they're so dumb.
Yeah, like
the parody of it. That never fails to make me laugh.
Yeah, I love that.
Just
we love a good spoof.
Thing I come up with.
That's great. I love it.
Or a good pun. I love communicating with memes and gifs. So it's a love language of mine. I really get into it. I have a whole library, and I just love making people
Oh
laugh.
my god.
But yeah,
You and B would be have a wonderful conversation.
love
I
it.
have a thing for everything.
Yep.
Yeah, she has a literal gift for everything.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, I got a gift for this.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
like, why are you
yep.
taking
Give
so
me
long
just a
to
minute.
respond? The other movement's
Yeah.
gone.
So I'm going through my my encyclopedia of gifts.
Mhm. It's heartbreaking when you know what you want to use and you can't find it anymore.
And you
It's
can't find
unavailable.
Or like
So
your
true.
stories, and you want to get to it, but you can only do it by scrolling through everything you've ever said.
Yes.
Oh yeah. There's one I think about constantly. I won't describe it, but I'm like, I fucking hate that I can't find this video, and I need it. But yep.
I mean,
I get
if
it.
you wanted to describe it, I might know.
I don't think I could describe it. That's my thing, and it's gonna sound weird. I can't do it. But yeah.
We love it when people sound weird.
If you had a room with chalkboard walls, what would you write / draw on it?
What? Chalk?
What do you what?
I'm like, okay, hold on. First off, the texture is getting to me already.
Oh, she's like already like, ugh.
The chalkboard.
Well, you can buy chalkboard paint in the. Okay, if you were able to just draw on your regular walls, what would
No,
you
I'll do the chalkboard one. The chalkboard. What's her write and draw? That's a very interesting question.
They all are.
I love it. I'm also thinking about the mess, of the chalk that's just gonna fill.
I love this.
That's
I
why
love
chalk
getting
pens
this
exist.
insight into you. It's almost less about the answer to the questions and more about like how people come to the answers. Because
Am I trapped in it? Or I can freely.
Why would you be
leave?
trapped?
I don't know. I just imagine I'm stuck in this room that has chalkboard, and
she's imagining
okay,
herself in like a mental institution with chalkboard walls.
I was like, I would like to write about how much I want to escape this prison.
I mean, that could be fun in your living room. You'd get guests over and just have like run away, and you'll be like, oh, okay.
That's something you would do, B.
Okay, hold on. Actually, to be serious, so 3 of the walls I think would just be full of poetry, and 1 is a mural.
Oh yeah.
Of something related to that, because now that I can really think about it, I'm so sorry if I came off rude. I was like,
No, you should
Girl.
listen to some of the other answers.
That's nothing. Yeah. These are weird questions. That's the point.
I love it
Yeah,
though.
weird
It's like,
questions need weird answers. That's
it
it's
builds up my brain, but because when I'm looking at a chalkboard, I'm like, what makes it look nice? So I think I would do some poetry and some art that like is in relation to that poetry. So
I love that.
I love that.
What if you did like waves, like you wrote poetry like in waves so it looked like water? That would be really cool.
that would be pretty. There you go.
We could do it. We could do it. Okay, Storm, what snack could you never live without?
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I'm a savory kind of person. I love salty.
Yes.
So
I love that. Yum.
If you were cursed to scream a single word in greeting to everyone you wanted to talk to, what word would you choose? Stop laughing!
Scream a word.
I'm just waiting for her
Just
reaction
any
to
word.
this question.
If you if you saw, I don't know, a friend from school, and you were like, I want to talk to that person, but in order to do so, you were cursed to scream a single word first. Which word would you choose?
Motherfucker.
Love it. Fuck fucking love
If you
it.
count that as one word.
Yes!
Like,
Best.
Motherfucker!
yeah, like, oh, motherfucker!
Motherfucker!
Oh my
Well,
god.
it's either that or love, you know, like, love.
Love!
Yeah. But, you know, motherfucker can either be an insult or a term of endearment, so.
Exactly. You can go either way.
You know?
That's why I always said mine would be bitch. Bitch.
Oh, yeah. Bitch. Love it.
Yep. But but that one's going a step further. I like it. I like it. What song or artist gives you ultimate nostalgia?
Oh, you can't tell me this or ask me that. Oh, God.
Well, sorry, we did.
I have like the hardest time telling anybody like what my favorite thing is or like what my number one thing is.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Oh,
not
I'm the
so
same
much
way.
number
No, I
one.
can't make a decision to save my life.
It's like if something plays and you're like, oh, this is my childhood.
nostalgia. Well, back in my day, whether that's between like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys,
Mhm.
anything with Disney.
Love that.
So you're talking about an
Back-
artist or like a
Backstreet's
specific
back.
song?
Anything. It can be anything. With song or
Yeah.
artist.
Oh my goodness.
Even something you heard recently that made you go, oh my god, Year 7 disco.
Man, like even the hip hop songs and the pop songs that we had back in my day, we had no idea what they were talking about.
Right? Never.
Singing Sex on the Beach as a 9-year-old.
Mhm. Middle school dances were just backing it up.
Yep.
Rock and low.
Yep. No idea.
Oh my god, it's
I mean, the Spice Girls, Two Become One. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I'll be honest, I didn't actually listen to them that much back in the day, except for like the one song.
well, you're American, so they weren't really big in America, were they?
Yeah, they were
They
big.
were big, but they weren't as big as they were in England for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, people still talk about the Spice Girls. I remember seeing the movie,
Oh, I love the movie.
which seems like a fever dream at this point.
Such
Definitely.
a good movie. So good. Richard E. Grant.
I think I'm
Sorry.
gonna have to go somewhere between Backstreet Boys and NSYNC because NSYNC has one of my most favorite love songs to this day, which is "This I Promise You."
Oh,
Yep.
that's a good one.
So I don't know. Maybe it's one of those. There's just too many that can bring me back to nostalgia.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think that's a good one. Okay, B.
I mean, I can recite any Disney song too, but you know,
So can I.
Same.
love it.
Same. Okay, last one, B.
Oh, don't. Well, it's obviously going to be the question we ask everyone
Everyone.
Okay.
because the answers are:
Okay, I'm prepared.
if the
Kind of.
FBI were to look at your Google searches without
No,
knowing anything
no.
about you, what would they see, and would they be worried? I'm assuming yes.
The research for Kinks and Keys, and yes.
If the FBI, I mean, they should already be watching me
Researching the
anyways.
Wartenberg wheel.
Oh god. Well, I mean, that's not really.
Yeah, that's okay. That's not
Yeah,
that's not
just a little
FBI
toy.
worthy.
In the grand scheme of things.
So if the FBI was looking at my Google search history, and they would be concerned. I'm not gonna say the obvious of things I've looked up. As a writer, sometimes you have to look up questionable things and swear that you're not a criminal. Like,
Yes.
I've had
Like
death
how to
happen
tie
in some of
people
my-
up.
I've had death happen in my books, so I've had to like look
Yeah.
up certain crime stuff.
I mean, as an autistic person, like, even watching TV, can the police really find out how long somebody's been dead in your garden.
Well, I had to look
because
up.
it was on TV.
I had to look up. Can sniffer dogs really look up a body if it's buried in cement?
There you go.
Or, for the purpose of smut writing, I've had to look up certain videos and just get like an idea, or something like that. Like, okay, this is how it goes. Great. Yeah, I've had to look up certain medical stuff for writing because I was like, how long is this realistic, or how does this work? Can they survive this? I think everyone's like that, It's like,
how long
you can't
can
help
the
but be
human
curious.
body survive?
How does a human body survive? Or
I mean,
yeah. So
that's fair.
as a writer, you are always going to look up questionable things. So,
and especially
People
you,
always
because
say
you love
that.
to research like crazy.
yeah.
Like, are they a writer or a serial killer?
Exactly. Like, what am I up to?
Okay, well, that's all of our crazy brain thoughts for today.
Speak for yourself.
Storm did great. She
Thank you.
kept up with the crazy thoughts. So is there anything that you are coming out with that you want to chat about, or anything that you would like to promote? I mean, we just talked about Kinks and Keys. We know that's out. That's new, just dropped Friday. And then is there anything else that you would like to promote?
Unfortunately, I do have a really big project coming up and I can't talk about it yet because, and we have discussed this in the chat, but I have to wait until October.
That's okay.
Yes,
but we're definitely going to talk about it when you can.
Yes. Because, I have to release the trailer and then like all that stuff. So it has to be a surprise for everybody, but I can't wait to talk about it.
Very excited.
I can at least tell you something big is coming.
Yes.
In October.
Yes.
And
so Storm
I have like
will be back in October.
Storm will be back in Avengers Doomsday.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Get me started.
So are you huge Marvel fan? Is that where your name came from?
Oh God, how long do you have?
Is that a yes?
Because I'm a DC fan and I shit on Marvel way too much, but I'm starting to come around to it now.
Uh-oh.
So, enemies to lovers situation, I guess.
I'm a comic girl. I like DC. Harley Quinn's my favorite of anything ever. Ever. So
I've had a love-hate relationship with Marvel, but I'm growing on it now. But that joke just came up to my head just now. I had to say it. But I might have a couple things coming up soon, end of August, throughout September, but October is the big one of the year. So,
we're very excited.
I guess be in anticipation for that.
Yeah. I mean, we already are. We already are.
Right. Like, I'm sorry I have to edge you, but
we're anticipating everything you do, Storm. I think you know that.
Thank you. I've got some feral stuff coming up, some very, very sweet stuff. So
we love both. We love a mix. Well, I just hope you realize how much we enjoy having you, how much we love everything that you do. We wish you so much success, and we would love to talk to you anytime you have anything coming out that you would like to promote or talk to us about. We absolutely adore you, and this has been so much fun and so insightful, like so much stuff that and not even talking about the obvious, just the insight into the process of what you've done and how you do what you do is just, we love that. So we absolutely adore you for coming on and letting us pick your brain and talk about all the processes of how you make these audios and these scripts. So thank you for coming
Aw.
on, Storm.
Thank you so much. I'm speechless, you know. I I appreciate this so much. I am always up for talking about pretty much anything. And um I know the Needy Wife series is actually a really good one, and the third and final one has been talked about a little bit. So if you guys haven't listened to those are really great
Yeah.
ones. And
Yep.
yeah, this has been so much fun, and I'm so appreciative of you two and like what you do and having me on. It's been it's so great.
Oh,
Thank
we love
you.
you.
And as a treat, maybe I'll send you that Edge of Control script your way and you can read it.
We would
And-
absolutely
My
die.
my nerd will just like
Yeah.
Because
His
then you'll
nerd
see the
brain will
nitty gritty of
smoke.
how everything looks.
I'll be like sat there annotating. Like this is
Maybe
where this
it's-
happened and oh this is
Love it. Great.
Yeah.
I'll probably send it to you today. So
Oh, I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we definitely can't wait to have you back and to yap more about all things Storm because you are one of our favorites. So
you are amazing.
thank you so much.
we love you.
I'm just so full of love right now. I can't
Well, good.
keep
You should be. You should be.
No.
I want you to feel that. Okay, so coming up next, we've got group therapy. We've got some amazing audios this week on group therapy. We will be talking about the Storm audios. We've got a few Deco hotels we're going to talk about, and a couple of other new audios. So can't wait to talk with everyone. Group therapy is coming up. And thank you again, Storm.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed our interview with Storm. We love Storm. We're obsessed
We
with
love
her.
Storm.
And notebooks are out. Pens are ready. It is time for group therapy. Time to talk about the audios that we listened to this week and yell about how these VAs make us feel and these script writers. Because it's just not fair. It's just not fair.
No.
There's too much talent in this space. Okay, so we're going to start with the audios from our guests this week. That these were both written by Storm, performed by different VAs. One of them has been out for a while.
The most devastating thing I've ever listened to in my life.
Yes, Before I Found You, recorded by Adrian. This audio actually came out in 2025. It was one that Storm recommended to us when we kind of asked her, what she would like us to react to. This was one of the ones that she said might be good. And yeah, it's absolutely devastating. I think B, I think B cried more than I did. This audio is safe for work. If you don't mind. If you don't mind falling apart emotionally while working, it's safe for work. I guess there's no spice. Let's put it that way. Is it emotionally safe? I would say no. But so this is basically like a love letter to your future partner. It's told from the perspective of Adrian, who is your future partner, the person that you will eventually end up with, the person who you will eventually fall in love with, the person
the soul
who
of
you're
the person.
the person that you're waiting for, the perfect person for you. And it's beautiful. The language is beautiful. Um, it's as if they know that you're having a hard time dealing with how long it is taking for you to find each other, and as the VA is kind of encouraging you to kind of hang in there, don't give up on love, trying to keep you on the right path. And I kind of told Storm when we talked to her in the interview, I said, I don't really think that this audio was meant for me as someone who has been in a relationship since they were 19 years old, but I did absolutely feel, you know, what she was going for with this script, and it was absolutely devastating to listen to. But I know for B, it was a lot more personal for you. So if you want to kind of go over the stages of grief that you went through while listening to this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, it seems to be meant to be spoken to someone who's suffering from depression and that kind of thing. But some of the language in it, for example, when he says, you know, you might be hurting, you might be grieving the person you thought you'd be, grieving the body you thought you'd have at this stage. And I was just sat there like, as a chronically ill person, going, I don't need any more tears. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It hurt.
But it did.
It hurt.
It did. But in a good way. Kind of.
It's a hopeful, it's the tone is hopeful while also being morose.
The tone is hopeful.
I mean, the whole point is that there is someone out there for you, and you will eventually meet that person, and you just have to hold on until you do meet that person. So it is hopeful in that aspect, but it is also validating and recognizing the fact that it's really hard until you find that person. And I think that's one of the reasons why I loved it so much is you can say something's going to be okay without invalidating someone's pain. And this is Storm saying everything's going to be okay, but I know that it's hard and it's been painful and it's been really tough for you to get to this point. And so I think I love that. I love that she's validating the listener's grief over where they're at and where they haven't gotten to yet. So I think a lot of times when you tell someone to have hope, or when you give them an optimistic point of view, a lot of times people inadvertently will invalidate their pain and their grief. And I don't think they do it on purpose, but you know, it's very hard when people are grieving to hear positivity. And so she does it in a way that is not, it's not patronizing to the listener, you know?
When he says, just, well, I wrote down here. Nope. Storm, we need words. Because
yeah. I mean, she really nailed it.
She
really nailed it. And I mean, if you listen to our interview, you will understand that obviously she's writing from her own experience as well. So it's very personal for her as well. And so it just makes it even that much more of a special sentiment because she's in it with you. It's not just her trying to write about an experience that she hasn't had. She's absolutely writing.
Although she's good at doing that too.
Yeah, she's good at doing that too. Let's not even go there. She's definitely good at doing that, but she's writing something that she absolutely is also feeling in the moment. Yeah. So it's very special. It's a very special audio. I encourage people to listen to it. Again, it can be a tough listen, so definitely make sure you're in the right headspace. But definitely, if you haven't listened to Before I Found You, definitely do it. And Adrian was just heartbreaking. The sincerity that he put into every word, the way that he speaks to the listener, it's always encouraging. It's just really beautiful.
I think my favourite bit was when it got to the part where he was saying, you deserve love. You deserve to be loved in the place that you are now. You deserve to be loved in the body that you're in now. And I am so sorry it is taking me so long to get to you.
Yeah, that was rough.
I was like, fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important, though. I think it's important to recognize that it's not the listener's fault that it hasn't happened yet. It's not that you're not ready. It's not that you're not perfect as you are right now. It just hasn't happened yet. And I think that's really important. Again, that's just her again being so empathetic and so dead on with her emotion to know that that's something that someone in that position would need to hear. Like, don't change. Like, it's not you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not the reason this hasn't happened. It just hasn't happened yet. And I think that's super important for people to hear.
And
so I,
the fact that she was able to write it, because I can guarantee if I sat down, because she said words that I've always thought, like those thoughts were in my head. I wouldn't have been able to write them fucking down. I would have just crumbled.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I really did feel like this was just one of the most insightful things I've ever listened to. She just nailed it. She just nailed the emotion. Adrian delivered it, like I said, was so earnestly with so much emotion. It was just the combination of her words and his delivery was really beautiful. So, it's tough though.
It's tough.
It's a tough one.
If you have like 2 audios lined up, don't listen to this one first.
Yeah, have
because
a well, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need a minute.
Yeah. You're gonna need to take a 5. And then we also listened to, on the complete other end of the spectrum, we didn't expect to listen to this one, but of course they dropped this was it Friday they dropped it?
Yeah. They sneaky us.
Right before we were about to interview her, and I was like, well, we have to talk about this. It's first of all, it's Flynn, who, hello, we love Flynn. And then Storm wrote it. So we were like, we've got to talk about this with her. So we are talking about, I believe this is the 4th audio in the series. It's Kinks and Keys.
It's about a romance author wanting to get experience from a sexologist for her spicy spice.
Yes. So the listener is a romance author who is trying to have the experiences that she's going to write about. And Flynn is, I believe she said they were friends. They had been friends since college, I believe.
Yes.
They'd known each other for a long time, and he was a professor. Yeah, which, hello.
Yeah, like, of course.
Duh. Anyway, so Flynn teaching while completely just melting you. I don't even know how this man keeps doing this, but he makes it so entertaining to listen to him teach about things. It's ridiculous. It's a talent, but I enjoyed this so much. So this was about BDSM. Let's put, I need to throw that out there. This episode was about BDSM. The listener was restrained.
It was called The Ritual of Restraint, and it's basically him showing how domination can also be teaching patience.
Mm.
And there's some good neuroscience stuff in there.
There
Do you
is
like a
some
bit of
very good
neuroscience?
neuroscience in there.
Yes.
Yeah. So this seemed kind of like an introduction to restraint. The way that it played out and the way that they talked about it. So that was really cool. It just felt very much like a demonstration. Like like you were in a class
Yes.
and
Yeah.
Flynn is teaching you a class about restraint. And it's and you don't even realize all of a sudden you're like, "Oh. Oh. Okay, we're here. Okay."
Yeah, that
It just like it it pops off real quick. And then you're just like, "Oh,
so
okay."
oh yes, this is what we signed up for. Sorry, I was a bit
Right. It's that whole thing that happens when you listen to a lot of audios where you just like really get into the story and you're like, "Oh, wow, this is really cool." And they start talking about neuroscience and receptors.
how the Japanese used it to tie up criminals. Each knot was relative to their crime. I mean, fucking hell.
The way that it was done, even though like I was enjoying the learning aspect of it, it was still fucking hot the whole time. I mean, just ridiculous.
Brand, like one of the best things that I learned was the term benevolent sadism.
Oh,
I was like, yes. Yes.
and I think a lot of times, if you're not someone who is familiar with these particular kinks or in this particular community, a lot of times Dom behavior can sound very, very,
Alpha a-hole.
yes, and also patronizing. It can,
Infantilizing.
yeah, but the way that it's done and the way that she wrote it and the way that Flynn performed it, it never felt that way.
I think a really
Never.
good reason for that, though, is also because he starts out by saying, look, I'm not a Dom. And so he comes to it through an academic lens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he absolutely does. And as the listener, that really comes through because you do feel like you're learning something, and then also at the same time, you never feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like explaining every single part of the process,
Mm-hmm.
even the treatment that he used for the ropes and why he did it.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
I
It was
keep
just
forgetting the name of that rope.
the attention to detail and the attention to the comfort of the listener. It was really, really
That's what it
impressive.
is.
Anyways, this was just another example of how freaking versatile and wonderful Storm is. I mean, could there be two audios that were on a different sides of the spectrum? You know, a safe for work, emotional, just devastatingly accurate emotional audio to this like kink workshop. And they were both beautifully written. They were both a completely different journey, but both totally satisfying. I just, she is just such an amazing writer.
She's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. And I mean, you've already heard the interview, so we're just going to talk about it. Writing these audios as someone who has never had the intimacy of those moments, to write them as well as she does blows my mind. Now, like we said when we were talking to her, you know, nobody's ever written a dragon before, but you can write about it. And I think that's true, but at the same time,
those people also haven't ridden a dragon, so they wouldn't know what it feels like.
Exactly. But but we all know what it feels like. And you're still writing it perfectly.
Just remembering every time I remember that she said that, and then suddenly remembering that she wrote Edge of Control. What the shit, Storm?
But now I know. Now I understand it because she does. She researches everything so well. And a lot of AE is so much about emotion and so much about the story and so much about not everything, obviously, but a lot of it is about the way that people connect. And even though it's a sexual connection, it's still connection. And those things are very much universal, whether it be friendship, whether it be, whatever. It's human connection is not something that is something that you can get from any relationship. So I think she's just learned really well how to translate the intimacy that she has with whoever it is in her life that she's that close with or that comfortable with. She's found a way to translate those emotions into these stories, and she's just fucking flawless at it.
Just incredible.
Incredible. And I couldn't put into words the things that she puts into words.
Yeah.
Like, I've actually had those experiences and I could never put them into words the way that she does. So that's what is truly, to me, just such a testament to her talent.
Yeah. And her ability to dig below the surface of what makes an experience truly meaningful. Like, she doesn't, example, Edge of Control, she doesn't just go for the powerful, intense stuff. She also put in the little jokes right in the exact right places. And it just catapults it to a different level.
It does. I mean, obviously, the performance that Atlas gave on that audio was just fucking phenomenal. But she did lead it out, and it was well done. It was well done.
He kicking your teeth,
that
spit
much
on your neck,
more
fantastic.
He just made it that much more intimate with that ending he put on there.
Yeah.
But again, I said this to her, and I will say this. I will always say this: the intensity with which she wrote that to begin with is what made it so profound when he added in what he added in.
Because
And
that's the reason he did it.
Yeah, exactly. And the team, the way that both of their talents came together, I think is what makes that audio so special.
They became so much more than the sum of their parts.
They elevated each other. They just,
they did.
And I think, like she said, she said she did not expect that to be as popular as it was. And I really think that they were the perfect team for that script. Because, again, he elevated her story by just making it so intimate and meaningful at the end. And she gave him the opportunity to do that by going to that intense place to begin with. And it just is perfect storm.
Oh, you did a thing.
You did a thing. But yeah, that audio will forever be one of my favorites. I just love it. It's so good. The reason why we wanted to have Storm on was Edge of Control, and we knew she was amazing. But after listening to these other two audios, it's over. We're done. She is absolutely one of our favorites.
No
it's in the
escaping us
lore.
now.
She's in the After Dark Hall of Fame, and we're so thankful that she gave us her time and came on and did the interview with us. What's absolutely fabulous. Next up, we are going to talk about, this one's really special. So We're going to talk about our guest from last week. If you listen to our interview with Phantom and Raven, Phantom actually asked us to listen to an audio that he was really proud of and one that he really wanted to get a little bit more attention, and I think rightfully so. Um, and that is Guided by Touch, and it is about a visually impaired male main character and his girlfriend is Phantom and Valentina. Valentina was so cute. I loved her voice. I loved the way that she was so playful with Phantom in this scene.
So it was written by both Valentina and Phantom, and it was edited by Phantom.
They are on a date in a bar and they decide they're ready to go home and they exit the bar with a cameo from our boy Flynn, who was a bouncer. So they exit the bar, they go to call a ride share. It's going to take a while for their ride to get there. So, what are we going to do while we wait for the car?
Whatever could we do?
So she guides him around to like this alleyway. And up until this point, Phantom is very much kind of leaning into the fact that he's uncomfortable because he's in an unfamiliar location and he has a visual impairment. So he's using his stick. So there's stick sounds, which were just so good, so accurate, so well done. And there's just a lot of reference to him being uncomfortable because he doesn't know the surroundings. Um,
And she gives them to him. She says,
and
we
so
are
she,
so and so feet
Yeah.
from that wall. We are so and so feet from that wall. We have
Yes.
this particular lighting above us. The door is fucking there.
Yeah.
No one is coming.
So no one's coming. And then he's like, I need my stick. So she hands it to him. And the immediate switch that this man does once that stick is in his hand is fucking diabolical. I mean, we're talking voice change, demeanor change, dynamic change, just a complete 180 of this character. Now I'm in it. Now that I know what's going on, I'm in it. And yeah.
My train of thought was quite telling.
Yeah. Tell me your train of thought.
Lots of little hearts for the eyes. The description of the surroundings for his comfort. Oh, the ground is dirty. Oh, the squeaking.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing.
He's
yeah,
so
he kept saying,
adorable.
yeah, don't get on the ground. It's dirty. So he didn't want her to hurt herself or, whatever. And then as soon as this man gets his bearings, you forget about it. It's over. It's over.
Yeah. I go from, oh, the squeaking, very adorable dude, to, oh my god, what? That switch wasn't fair. Fuck you. Fully agree, ma'am.
I mean, it was diabolical. And let me tell you guys, if you have not listened to Phantom, if you are not paying attention to this man, you need to be paying attention to this man. He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Annie's bilingual. Can we talk about the Spanish fucking nicknames? And forget it. I was done.
I've written down here, like, oh, this kid is going to fucking explode. He's got Atlas's chuckle. He's got the condescension of Vel. He is going to go places.
He's just such a good actor. Like, he can be, like we talked about last week in Soap and Entitlement, he can just be a complete asshole,
completely fucking forgot
condescending
about that.
jerk in that audio, to this one where he literally plays 3 different people in one audio. He goes from this nervous, kind of shy but loving boyfriend who is just unsure of his surroundings to a very dominant, very different man as soon as he gets his bearings. And then at the end, once they get in the car and they finally are on their way home, a whole nother side where it's a little
Very
bit of a mix of
sensual.
both. So I'm just, if you guys have not listened to Phantom, listen to Phantom. You're missing out if you haven't listened to Phantom. This audio was really well done. The sound effects were incredible, and if you listen to our episode with him last week, you'll know how passionate he is about creating soundscapes and creating atmosphere with his choice of sounds. He did create all of the stick sounds himself in his home with his own stick. So, I mean, this is one of the most authentic and accurate soundscapes you can possibly get. The little things that very much reference his visual impairment and that disability, having to get a ride share, being unsure of your surroundings. It was just a lot of like little inferences and little reminders of his disability and how it affected him throughout this whole encounter.
And it was great as well because obviously being written by someone with visual impairment, there's no kind of, the girlfriend looks after him and stuff. He gets the right chair himself. He uses the accessibility features on his phone. I'd get very annoyed by that voice very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I'd be like, lady, make my Uber come faster.
Oh, it's just another example of representation, which we've talked about before, how important representation is, even in AE, even in something like this, for someone to feel like they're seen is just as important. So it was really cool that he not only deals with this on a daily basis, but then he also put it out into the world for other people to feel seen and to enjoy, and also to help other people who don't have this disability learn and understand what it's like in those situations, while also just having a really good time because it was really hot as well.
Because I was so happy with the disability this body wants with the Dex Collective. I was happy with Fat Girl Summer, but the This Body Wants just hit something really, really deep. Because when you have a disability, you're not seen as a sexual being. You're often infantilized. You're just seen as, nobody thinks of you as someone who could have a full life like that. And it does get to you as a person because all you see is that being portrayed. So you start to believe it. And having that, like, I know there's an audio that I need to listen to that's got a shower chair in it. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to cry. Awesome.
When that I think that was Dr. Rapture that did that.
I think
one.
so.
Yeah. We need to listen to that. I said that the other day. We need to definitely do that one because
maybe
I think
it's an apology
really...
for me telling him to fuck all the way off. So Kim, for nice little story time, Kim sent me a story of Flynn and Doc's new collaboration, and because we're lovely people
broke us,
who talk,
by the way.
Yeah, lovely people who talk lovely about the people that we like. She said, "What did you say? Fuck off! Fuck all the way off."
I sent B a picture of the story, and I said, "Oh, fuck all the way off."
Right.
Period.
So I clicked on that, saw it, saw replied, "Oh, fuck all the way off." Sent it, forgot about it. Looked at my phone a few hours later. Dr. Rapture replied to your message. What fucking message? Oh
The
shit!
one where you told him to fuck all the way up.
Yeah. He just replied with a smirky face. So I crashed out to Kim and Flynn. And Flynn wasn't helpful. So I decided to apologise to him. And I said, so I thought I was sending that to my friend, Kim, who sent me the story. I have now crashed out to Kim and Flynn, who thought it was hilarious. I am deeply sorry. And all one word, I'm a very lovely person, I promise. And he replied with a laughy face and haha, no worries. And I said, very gracious of you.
Very gracious of you. What the fuck? Kind sir. Very gracious of you.
I was doing damage control, alright?
It's funny. The funny thing is when I sent you that morning, and I said, "Oh, fuck all the way off," and you never responded, and then you just started talking about something else, and I was like, "That's really weird." Like normally she would have like laughed, or she would have said, "Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh my god, I can't believe it." She said nothing, and then like all of a sudden you started talking about something else. I was like, "Well, I guess she didn't give a shit." Okay, cool. And then I find out that you did respond. You just sent it to fucking Dr. Rapture instead of me. So, you know, whatever. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So there, that happened. So that's fun. DM at your own risk, people. When you start DMing, just make sure, check your
When you reply to people sending you stories, make sure you're replying to the person who sent it.
Sorry. So, here you go. There's our podcast embarrassing story of the week. Yay. Small little Dr. Rapture detour back to Guided by Touch.
How did that happen?
You brought up the shower audio that was from the same series, and then it went into Dr. Rapture, and then we spiraled.
ADHD train of thought.
Do 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 do.
We need one of those graphics. ADHD, like
ADHD.
Kim and B. ADHD. All the way the
Tangents.
fuck out of here.
Tangents. Yeah. So there you go. Back to Guided by Touch. Again, absolutely 100% recommend this audio. If you would like to listen to that audio, definitely go to the Dex Collective, or you can go to Phantom's Reddit. If you want the link to it, you can absolutely ask B or I. We have the link as well. But I definitely recommend that people go out and listen to this audio. It's fabulous and
very important.
And very important. Wonderful job. Guys, if you're not listening to Phantom, I'm telling you, listen to Phantom. Support him if you can. Support his Patreon if you can. He's a really great creator and just a really great person. So we absolutely fangirl over that guy. He's pretty cool. So
he's a bit of a funny fucker. We like that.
Okay. Moving on. Next up is another one that we didn't plan on talking about. Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
But you had to go and release an audio on Tuesday with Late Net, and you know your girl loves a why choose. Loves a why choose.
And your girl can't ever say no to a binaural audio. Ever.
2-for-1 special. 2-for-1 special.
You can also choose the regular edition. The Late in your left ear, Flynn in your right, or the
fucking diabolical.
Flynn in your left, Leighton, you're right.
These
Because
fucking
why the
diabolical.
fuck not?
The reason why that's possible is because this is edited by Voluptuous Velvet, the one who made all of these different options, binaural options for you, and it's just ridiculous.
fucking incredible.
The sound in this is incredible. This is written by Audible Alt, and performed by Flynn and Latenet. So the premise of this is you are in a relationship with Flynn, the boyfriend, and Latenet is the boyfriend's friend, have talked about having a threesome with you.
And then Flynn just puts it out there, and Late's like, "Really? You want to talk about this now?"
Yeah,
Just
it's
got popcorn.
very funny. Like the kind of buddy comedy between the two of them is absolutely hilarious.
And he says, "I wish I could have you all to myself." And then Flynn goes, "I fucking heard that."
Yeah.
Without
There's
swearing,
a lot
that's
of
just me.
there's like a possessive undertone. There's like all of these possessive growly minds in the middle of a threesome, which is so not normal. So it really throws you for a loop, and it's just really not cool, but really cool at the same time.
And right in the middle,
Right
the
in
safe
the middle.
word used as just something incredible.
Incredible.
Don't want to spoil it, but
we don't want to spoil it, but
yeah, that face exactly. Just, oh, for fuck's sake.
I was exasperated by the end of this audio because I fucking hated how good it was. It was so good.
Aggression was maybe taken out a little bit on the Flynn.
There was aggression there, and I do apologize for my aggression, but you know, it's really just kind of annoying at this point. I'm sorry.
You missed something.
Get in there. What?
Sorry. Sometimes I forget to speak English.
I didn't forget. I just hadn't gotten it.
It's quite... I don't know whether it's the same for America, but in England, it was really cool to hear somebody Polish. Because over here, like, we hear Polish all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's one of the other languages that we often hear, like, out and about. And that's not usually something I hear. It's like a different language in AE.
Yeah, it's so different. It's such a unique thing that obviously Late is able to. I was surprised at how beautiful it was. I want to know what he said. Anyways, yeah, so this is what I wrote down in my notes. Growly, because it was very growly. Lots of growling. And then not in an annoying way, like in a very like soothing
Natural
way. Not just check-ins, but like the sweetest check-ins ever. Like not just are you okay? Cuddle pile?
The cuddle pile.
The cuddle pile.
But this was awesome. Let's do it again. Also, there's a bed over there. Should we just have a big cuddle?
Oh god.
No, what was it? Let's have a shower, get like food, watch something, and then like just cuddle in bed. Fuck off.
Have a cuddle.
Fuck off with
literally
that
the words
sweetness.
cuddle pile. Fuck off.
We like these people, we promise. Like,
I really like them, but damn it, that's so good. But yeah, it was great. And again, if you don't know me in the book space and you only know me from this podcast, you don't understand the obsession that I have with Why Choose Romance. And take a gander. basically all I read. Maybe, throw a few little dark romance in there every once in a while, but it's pretty much 90% of what I read. So this was like right up my alley. Okay. Last but definitely not least, we're just gonna do the first release from Deco, which was the 1930s. So if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the Deco Hotel is, which you would have to be at this point, it is a series that is on Quinn, written by Delia and Vallay. It went from the 1930s to the 2020s. Um, and then there's a different VA for every decade and a different story, but they are all set in one location, which is the Deco Hotel, and it is really cool. This series is such an amazing idea. I personally have never listened to anything written by Delia and Vi, but their writing, oh my God. And I feel like we say this all the time, and I guess we probably do, but I'm so impressed with the writing in this. So the only one that we've listened to is the first one, which is from the 1930s. It is about I believe she's a
Faustian actress.
like an actress. But yeah, she steps outside for a cigarette. She is trying to just get some air, get out of the crowd, and she is approached by the night porter, and he is instantly obsessed with the diva. This is narrated by Julian Kahn, who again was new to me, but will not be anymore.
I am very much a fan of that accent.
So well done. So well done. The amount of body worship in this is outstanding. It's phenomenal. The language that is used in this audio is beautiful. I mean, like, I wrote down so many things that he says throughout this because so many things just struck me because they're such beautiful statements and sentiments. This is the most notes I've taken on any one audio because I just was so. There were so many moments in this audio that took me aback with just the emotion, and I don't want to ruin it, but it was so appropriate for the relationship between these two very different people.
Did you notice that he'd seen her before and how he got her angry was by going, "So you noticed someone that made you go a little bit pitchy at the end." Somebody noticed.
Yeah, it's like he kept not insulting her, but kind of needling her a little bit,
Provoking
but I
her.
think it had good intentions.
It was to kind of bring out.
It was to bring her out, but then also to kind of showcase the fact that he wasn't there because of what she did and because of the fact that she was the diva. That didn't matter to him. What mattered to him was everything else about her. And I think him kind of poking fun at the diva was his way of saying, like, I don't give a fuck that you're the diva, but I'm still enamored with all of this.
Yeah, I want to talk to the woman who is standing outside,
right,
from a back door, having a cigarette,
and kind of just saying, "Don't give me diva. I don't want diva. I want the real you." One of the things that he said, that she looked like she lived in her body and she did not starve it for the stage, which, again, just that brand of body worship that is so inclusive, done for. He said, "You have no one to impress besides me, and I already am."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just all these little things just to kind of like take to take her out of that space and into what he wants her to be, which is just present in that moment.
Yeah, the way he called her out when she arrived at the greenhouse, like, I bet you did a bit of right then. I got your number.
I also wrote down that with the rain, the pace that he and cadence that he speaks at, this whole audio was so relaxing. It was so relaxing to listen
Yeah,
to.
I ended up just doodling because I was just like,
Yeah, it was just really, really well done because I was really like drawn into their story and like what was happening between them. And I could not write fast enough because there were so many things that he said that I was just like gagged every time.
so
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't. I wrote down because when they get to his little room, he offers her a Coke, and I immediately thought it's the fucking 1930s. Go for the Coke. It has a special ingredient.
Yeah, I was really caught up in the relationship between them. He's one thing he said it doesn't have to be pretty, just real.
Yeah, just no, sir. That's no, not fair.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when he was talking about the flowers that he grows, and he's talking about people walking past flowers looking for orchids, and that's their loss. Forget it. Like, come on.
And the way he said the hothouse flowers are always uncomfortable, fragile, and beautiful, but really fucking uncomfortable. I prefer to raise wildflowers. And I think it was also a jab as well. Wasn't her like potential suitor the one who sent like orchids to her room? And he'd commented, I've got to, somebody's got to maintain the freesias that, adorn your room every night.
Correct. And yeah, and I mean, I think it's not just a reference to. It could be seen both ways. It could be seen as him saying, a lot of people, they go for the glitzy, the glamorous, the shiny, but it's really what's underneath that is what's really attractive. It could be that.
Yeah.
Or it could be
this idiot only sees an orchid.
Yes, or it could be a metaphor for him, and he is the wildflower, and all these other men who are sending her all these beautiful arrangements, they're the orchids. There's so many ways that you can interpret that.
Cool.
I can already tell that this entire series is going to be so good. And I know, guys, I I'm starting to feel like we're going to be those people who are just like talking about how amazing everything is. And yeah,
that's what we do though.
If you're here to hear about what we don't like, you're never going to hear it. We don't do that.
We're here to support and raise up and tell people we love to fuck off.
So yeah, exactly. So that's probably the most negativity you're going to get out of us, is just telling everyone fuck off because you're too fucking good at your job. That's pretty much how
fucking dare you.
That's all you're going to get out of us. So I'm sorry if you're bored by the fact that we keep talking about how amazing everything is, but it's just us. So sorry.
Plenty of negativity other places.
There really is. First of all, coming from a book background, we know what we like. We know things that are going to interest us. We know stories that are going to be important to us as people. And we tend to gravitate towards those things anyway. We'll still do things that are out of our comfort zones. That's always going to happen. But I think I'm going to be able to find, just in general, that's just me. I will be able to find the beauty even in something that's not necessarily for me, or something that's not necessarily my thing. Because
the things that we get recommended, we look at it from the point of view as this person loved it, and who is the target audience. Sometimes it's from a purely sound nerd perspective. There's something to love about everything. Just because a voice isn't your thing doesn't matter. That's personal preference. It's like how I physically cannot do certain wet noises. It doesn't stop me from listening.
And it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it's not valid to other people. That's the other thing. Who am I? Who am I to tell you because I don't like something it's bad? But no one. Absolutely fucking no one. So
Just because my ears are a bit broken doesn't mean everybody
it's
else doesn't get enjoyment from
it
it.
is 100% personal preference. I'm sure there are people out there who would claim to be an expert or be able to, evaluate the validity of writing and writing styles and things like that. I am not one of those people. I'm a vibes girly. If I like it, I'm going to tell you. If I don't like it, I'm not going to tell you because you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to discourage anyone from experiencing someone else's art. That's not going to happen here. So if I don't like something, you're just not going to hear it.
Yeah. Because there is somebody out there that will like it
Because
and
someone does love it.
will platform it to the people that it's targeted towards.
So just that little side note. I know, this is our 6th episode. You've probably gotten to the point now where you're starting to go, do they not like anything? Well, honestly, no, not yet. We haven't found anything yet that we really didn't like. Just a little PSA from us to you. That's how we roll. That's how we talk. That's what we do. We're not going to be spreading negativity. Okay, so we talk with Storm. We absolutely love her. She's amazing. She's such a great writer. Um, Such a privilege to have her on. We're definitely going to have her back. She's got some really exciting projects coming up that she can't talk about yet, but we are definitely going to be yapping with her about it when she can. October, it's sounding like, is when that's going to be something we can talk about.
Spoopy season.
Spoopy season.
Spoopy
The
season.
audios that we listened to this week were all fabulous. We're going to continue to support the creators that we have on this show because we believe in all of their talent. So you're going to hear a lot from us about Flynn. You're going to hear a lot from us about Atlas. You're going to hear a lot from us about Phantom. You're going to hear a lot from us about anyone who is on our show because the point is for other people to see how talented these people are. You're going to hear from us about Raven, everyone. So there you go. We will probably listen to at least one audio a week from someone who has been on the show. So, just in order to keep the support up for the people that are in our little podcast family.
So if any of y'all want to work together, it'll make our lives a fuck ton easier.
Yeah. See? And if you know of anyone who would like to come on and chat with us, let us know. DM us, fill out the form, whatever. Just let us know. We're happy to chat with anyone. We have a really cool guest lined up for this weekend, and I am so excited to chat with them. And I think you guys are going to have a blast. It's going to be
good.
Total chaos, but so much fun. So I'll just leave it.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be any kind of linear.
No, it's going
to
be
expect
absolute
anything linear
chaos.
happening.
There will not be there will be some semblance of an interview, but it's mostly just going to be absolute fucking madness. So yeah, I'm excited. Super excited. So we will talk to you guys next week. We will put out a list of all of the audios that we're going to be talking about with our special guest on Sunday. And you guys will be able to follow along with us for group therapy next week. So, okay. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And we will see you next week. Bye bye.